There's only so much you can see between the clay, the water, but it's real. And that's the important part. There's a wood structure down there. And at that point, it becomes, okay, can't stop now.
For centuries, Oak Island has guarded its secrets beneath layers of earth, legend, and mystery. But now, in the island's latest official excavation, researchers have uncovered something truly extraordinary. A discovery that could finally rewrite history. From hidden tunnels to ancient artifacts, every clue brings us closer to the truth behind the world's most mysterious treasure hunt. What lies buried beneath Oak Island may shock even the most devoted treasure hunters. Stay tuned as we explore the newest findings, the scientific breakthroughs, and the theories that might finally solve this centuries-old enigma. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, so you never miss the latest updates from the world of real-life mysteries and hidden treasures. In the search for treasure, every dig counts, especially when the weather is changing rapidly and time is running out. On the other side of Oak Island, two scientists, Dr. Ian Spooner and Dr. Fred Michael, were looking for clues in their own way. For months, they had been examining soil and water samples, and now they found something unusual, traces of metal that do not occur naturally in this area. These were not ordinary minerals. They could mean a hidden metal deposit, perhaps gold, silver, or something else rare. No one had any concrete evidence, but the clues were strong enough that the entire team decided to focus on this. The moment the drilling began, the atmosphere changed. This was the last attempt of the season. Winter was near, and if nothing was found now, they would have to wait for many months. Everyone was standing close by, eyes on the ground, hope in their hearts. As the machine went deeper into the ground, the thoughts also became deeper. Was something really going to be found? A tunnel? An old room? Or just more mud? But it wasn't just about the treasure. It was about the years of hard work each member had put in. For some, it was a chance to connect with history. For others, a dream to secure the future. But everyone's goal was the same: a real discovery, something to show the world. All day the team spent their time checking their tools. Every connection, every sensor, every nut and bolt was double-checked. There was no room for error. The drill kept running, its steady hum reminding everyone that they were close to a result. Maybe today would be the day when months of hard work would pay off. Winter comes early on Oak Island. Every year the team has to stop because of the weather, and sometimes they get nothing but wait. They dig again and again and end up with only mud and sand. But this time, something was different. The amount of metal found in the soil, the confirmation of old maps, and the team's experience all pointed in the same direction. It seemed as if this time they were going to find something really solid. The drill machine was going deep into the ground, which no one had touched for centuries. Everyone's hopes increased whenever the machine felt an obstacle. Maybe a wooden wall, a piece of stone, or a structure built by humans. And then the samples started coming up. As soon as the first core sample came out, the team of scientists immediately began examining each piece. They were looking for anything unusual, a tiny bit of metal, a sign of ancient construction, or something that looked different from normal soil. Then they found something, a piece of black metal protruding from the depths. It was covered in soil, but it was clear that this was no ordinary stone. It was carved into shape, meaning it was not a natural object, but something made by human hands. It was a sign that there could be something bigger down there. As soon as one sample showed something unusual, the buzz around the site grew louder. Crew members slowly drew closer. Some were saying something, some were guessing. Could this be part of a larger structure? A clue to a secret room or an old chest? The digging was now more serious than before. The drilling team immediately recalibrated their tools and continued to send the machine deeper. Each core sample was carefully picked up. Each layer held a hope that perhaps this was the turning point where the real discovery would begin. The scientists looked at each piece carefully, brushing soil off their fingers and looking for signs that are not normally found. Some samples turned up tiny gold-like particles, indicating that something valuable could be nearby. Then came a twist that no one had seen coming. As the drill went deeper into the ground, the machine suddenly began to strain harder. The sound changed, the vibrations grew stronger, and then silence. The machine stopped completely. What lay beneath wasn't just dirt or rock. It was something solid, something different, something that didn't feel natural at all. There was no need for further explanation. Everyone instantly knew what needed to be done next. The area had to be excavated. During the last dig of the season, Rick pointed to a specific spot near the old shipyard garden. He believed that if anything was truly hidden, this could be the place. This time, the digging wasn't random or experimental. It was based on clear evidence and reasoning. The team followed specific clues that suggested the possibility of an underground chamber or a hidden storage area. The focus now was on the spot most likely to yield results. Each Oak Island team had its own approach. One studied the surface clues, while the other worked to interpret the underground signals. Meanwhile, Dr. Ian Spooner and Dr. Fred Michael were busy analyzing samples. Over the past few months, they had detected traces of metals in both soil and water from this area. Metals that didn't belong there naturally. These weren't normal minerals, which hinted that something might indeed be buried below. They marked a certain point near the shipyard garden and labeled it E514. Based on their research, they believed that digging around 100 feet deep could reveal valuable metals, maybe gold or some other precious element. We're putting in our best effort this time. Maybe this will finally be the big one of them said with cautious optimism. Both scientists were confident that the signals they had discovered weren't just random noise. Their data and experience told them that this site could hold something truly special. As soon as preparations for excavation began, a new wave of energy spread through the entire crew. You could see hope glowing on everyone's faces. This was the final dig of the season, their last real chance before months of waiting. As the drill descended, conversations grew livelier. Everyone shared their theories and predictions, each driven by years of experience and personal belief. If a major find came from this location, it could be the breakthrough they had been chasing for so long. It wasn't just another dig anymore. It was their final shot, an opportunity no one wanted to slip away. The Oak Island team decided to drill 50 to 60 feet deep this time and then explore both vertically and horizontally. They hoped to uncover an old tunnel connected to the shaft, inspired by earlier signs of gold and silver detected in nearby water. There was a lot riding on this site. The chance to find old structures, verify historical records, or even rewrite part of Oak Island's mystery. Each team member had a personal reason for digging. Some dreamed of launching new projects, some sought financial stability, and others simply longed to leave their mark on history. Yet they knew that hope alone wouldn't get the job done. Practical plans mattered too. So even before the digging began, they discussed what to do if they actually made a discovery, whom to contact, what steps to take, and how to protect whatever they might uncover. All day long, the team's focus was locked on one thing: preparation. They checked every piece of equipment again and again, reviewed their notes carefully, and made sure not a single tool was missing. They had faced disappointment many times before, so while hope still lingered, it was more cautious now. The steady hum of the drill filled the air, a constant reminder that they might be inching closer to a real discovery. Everyone stood watching the machine intently. Every sound, every vibration seemed to carry a hidden message. Cold winds come early to Oak Island, and as winter crept in, the team knew they had to wrap up their work soon. Rick, Marty, Craig, and the rest began preparing to close out another long, demanding season. The results, however, often ended the same way, with frustration, mounds of sand, and more unanswered questions. Despite using advanced technology and poring over centuries-old maps, the real treasure continued to elude them. Every new drilling began with renewed hope. Each time someone would say, "Maybe this time we'll finally find something." But almost always, what came up was just sand. Endless, repetitive, exhausting sand. And when the sand mixed with thick clay, the task became even tougher. Water channels got clogged, progress slowed, and digging grew more difficult. The cold kept tightening its grip, but even as temperatures dropped, the team's determination didn't waver. Still, the monotony of pulling up nothing but dry, lifeless sand was wearing everyone down. Time after hours of labor, the same dull result appeared. Nothing but more empty sand. It had become an all-too-familiar pattern. Each time the drill descended into the earth, everyone silently hoped that this would be the moment, that something new would finally appear. But again, the outcome was the same. Disappointment. No metal, no sign, no clue, only dirt and sand. Meanwhile, time was running short. The cold was setting in fast, and the team knew their window for work was closing. Days were getting shorter, and every conversation carried a serious tone. If a sample even looked slightly different, it became the topic of long discussions. Could there be something in this one? Did we miss a clue? Some began to wonder whether the strange mix of sand and soil wasn't random at all. Perhaps it was part of an ancient security system, a deliberate effort to hide something. But despite all the theories and hopeful speculation, one fact remained. Nothing solid had been found yet. As the season came to an end, the crew began to shut things down. They packed away the heavy machines, cleaned and maintained the tools, reviewed all the data, and retested any samples that might have been overlooked earlier. Every team meeting circled back to the same questions. Did we do everything right? What should we change next time? Each person sat with their notes, measurements, and samples, quietly analyzing where things might have gone wrong and what could be improved in the next season. It's never easy to keep morale high when hard work keeps ending in disappointment. Yet, the Oak Island team always finds a way to return, year after year, each time armed with new ideas, fresh energy, and a renewed sense of purpose. The discussions among the team are often long and detailed. Each member brings forward their own thoughts, arguments, and theories. Why has nothing solid been uncovered yet? Is there a flaw in the technology they're using? Or is it time to change the direction of the excavation entirely? These conversations are no less than scientific conferences. Reports are analyzed, samples are compared, and past experiences are discussed in depth. Each person holds a different hope. Some are searching for historical evidence, while others dream of finding hidden treasure. But their purpose remains the same: to finally uncover the centuries-old mystery of Oak Island. Treasure hunting has never been an easy task. Sometimes, even after thousands of hours of intense work, there's still nothing to show for it. Yet Rick, Marty, Craig, and the rest of the team return every single year, driven by the belief that maybe this time they'll find the breakthrough they've been chasing for so long. Even though the big discovery still eludes them, their unity, determination, and enthusiasm for every new clue keep them going season after season. This year, their attention shifted to a clue that stood out from anything they'd seen before. They believe there might be an ancient tunnel leading toward the ocean, possibly the source of the flooding near the garden shaft. The team suspects that this tunnel isn't just a natural formation, but a protective structure, something deliberately built centuries ago to guard a hidden treasure. As one of them said, "It's a mysterious tunnel. We don't know where it leads, who built it, or why. But if anything was ever hidden here, this could be the path to it." So far, the Oak Island team has drilled more than 600 times, and every attempt carries fresh hope. A few times, they've detected traces of metal in the water, discoveries that became the foundation of their optimism. Scientists have also taken these signals seriously, strengthening the team's belief that they're following the right trail. But even after so many years of hard work, no concrete proof has surfaced. This raises a troubling question. Do these signs truly point toward buried treasure, or are they simply natural elements that have been overinterpreted by hopeful minds? By the end of each year, a familiar routine unfolds. The team gathers around tables piled high with samples, maps, and data, reviewing everything in search of overlooked clues. Then comes the planning for the next season. Caught once again between hope and disappointment, they promise to return. For some, the search has become an obsession. For others, it's about finishing a story that began centuries ago. Yet, the undeniable truth remains. The big discovery still lies out of reach. And even so, a small find, an ancient fragment, or a faint trace of metal in the water is enough to reignite their passion. The question now grows sharper. Is this search still worthwhile, or has it turned into the pursuit of a fading dream? As another demanding season comes to an end, the Oak Island team reflects on the smallest of details, the subtle hints that keep drawing them back. A patch of unusual soil, metallic traces in water, or patterns in the earth that seem special at first, but later prove ordinary. Still, the digging never stops. It's not just about hope anymore. It's about friendship, shared excitement, and that enduring what if that calls them back year after year. The Money Pit, Oak Island's most legendary site, continues to be the center of their efforts. It's where their journey began, and it remains their greatest source of belief. The team's mission is no longer limited to simply finding treasure. It has evolved into a journey where every discovery, every setback, and every fragment of data holds meaning. Each year, as they shut down the machines, pack away the files, and record their final notes, the process feels familiar, something they've done countless times before. Yet, maybe that's exactly why they return again and again. In any long-running technical project, fatigue is natural when results don't change, but the Oak Island team refuses to surrender. For them, giving up has never been an option. This year's excavation once again began with hope and ended in disappointment. Things got heated when the team found old metal containers at a site called the Garden Shaft. The plan was to drill 95 feet down and then drill horizontally, but shortly after the digging began, the entire area filled with water. It seems like every time they hope to find something, the result is the same. Just mud, water, and unfulfilled possibilities. In fact, the initial excitement came from readings that pointed to the presence of metal underground. Team member Fred was confident that these signs pointed to something big. They targeted a section called the Baby Blob, but found only more water there. Still hopeful, they now plan to focus on the area between the garden shaft and its northeastern part. The team believes that if the correct place is chosen this time, perhaps something new can be found. When a site has been excavated for years and there are still no concrete results, even the smallest things can be cause for great hope. The Oak Island team has recently been in the news for 3 new sites, all in the vicinity of the Money Pit area. One of these sites is what they have named Aladdin's Cave. It's basically a large water-filled pit in which the team has found some old pieces of wood and metal fragments. However, the level of excitement over these pieces is a little surprising. Whether these clues lead to something significant or not is not yet clear, but the team's reaction shows that they are now taking any clue seriously. This season felt like the focus was more on maybe something will be found than on actual discovery. With each dig, the questions grow, but the answers are rarely found. Still, the allure of Oak Island remains. The place is a story in itself, a place that has become not just a center of exploration, but also a source of hope and excitement. The team's passion remains undiminished. Even though each time they find only rocks, sand, and water, the old stories, tales of pirates, and rumors of lost treasure revive hope. Oak Island's real appeal now lies less in the stories that surround it than in the excavations themselves. These are the stories that draw TV shows, tourists, and explorers back and forth. But the reality on the ground is that the excavations often stop there. Another half-hearted attempt. Another dead end. Each time a layer of earth is removed, the team's hopes are rekindled. A tiny fragment, a sign. Everyone thinks it might be the start of a big discovery. But it's the same thing. More clues, but no real treasure. It's a cycle of digging from one place to another, seeing a clue, feeling something special, and then finding nothing. So, is there truly something valuable buried beneath Oak Island? Or is the entire tale just a centuries-old mystery that continues to spark curiosity and debate? What's your take on it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on more fascinating discoveries like this one.